Greetings, my magnificent ones. Sue Paulson here, your magnificence mentor. Welcome to my new series called Heaven on Earth. I've been wrestling with this idea of heaven on earth probably since I had a near-death experience in 2007 that took me to this state of being, this place, this other side of what we know as planet Earth into, I guess, what I would have considered the heavenly realms. Obviously, it wasn't my time to go because I've been back on planet Earth ever since then, struggling to figure out, well, how do I bring that here? I mean, now I'm happy to go there. So when I cast off my mortal body and no longer need it, then off to heaven I go, and it's pretty grand and glorious. But I was curious, what if we don't have to wait? What if we could create it right here, right now? So why is this important? Is it just a philosophical notion or some pipe dream that we might think about from time to time, but don't really dwell on? Or is it vital that we do this? So for me personally, I'm an impatient kind of person. I don't want to wait for all the goodness in life that I think is right here before me. And probably like you, I've had my share of suffering in this world. I've had my trips to the depths of despair and faced trauma and tragedy and adversity more times than I'd like to count. Now, some of that, in fact, probably all of it, if I'm honest about it, has been for my highest good. I have learned and grown and come to have an expanded understanding of not only who I am, but my place on the planet. So that's all been good. Was it great to go through? Well, no, it was pretty horrific at times, but I see the vision. I see the hope for a better world. I think you do too. I think we have this yearning inside us because as magnificent beings coming to this planet in human form, we want to grow, we want to know, we want to expand our horizons. You see this quest for people all the time. And yet, I think we get caught up in the everyday hustle and grind of life where there's a lot more survival going on than there is thrival. There's that just gritting our teeth and putting our energy forward just to get through the day, just to deal with the stressors that come at us in a seemingly increasing way. And it isn't just seemingly, it is in a bigger way. Life is tough. There's way more stressors out there for us these days in 2023 than there certainly were when I was growing up in the 50s. The world was less complex then than it is now. So we have this onslaught from so many fronts, from coming at us all the time. Well, what's the result of that? Well, the big result is stress has never been higher on our planet. If you look at company statistics about the number of employees who are on stress leave for long or short periods of time, it's risen dramatically over the last while. And the resulting dis-ease, many doctors and scientists who have studied this will confirm that dis-ease not dealt with, continued over prolonged periods of time, can turn into disease. Well, the rise of cancer has been a huge concern throughout the world. The rise of depression, for example, and the evidence in our young people of how they don't see a world that is supporting them. They don't see a world that they can inherit, that they're going to be all that happy about. Well, so to me, this turmoil, this vortex of pain and suffering that we're enmeshed in right now needs to shift. My way of contributing to that, and there are many ways of contributing to reversing that, to getting us out of that, is to start a dialogue to start a conversation about heaven on earth and say, well, what is it? Now, because each of us is unique on the planet, my view and my vision for heaven on earth probably will be somewhat different from yours. But I think we can agree that there are things that we all want on planet Earth. You, like me, probably want peace, where we have no more war and turmoil and people fighting against, where not just a few have the power, not just a few have the gold, that people can access what they need to live a good life on planet Earth, where they can be happy and fulfilled and have enough food on the table, have a roof over their heads, all of the basic necessities that I certainly take for granted to a large extent, but many people in the world don't. Well, is it possible to provide that? Can we move beyond where we are now to a better world? Well, I think we can. So every week I'm going to talk about this. I think it's a big, 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 big idea. And I know for a fact that I have way more questions than I have answers. But my intention is to seed the ground, is to put it out there. Is there anybody else thinking about this like I am? Is there anybody else who has a fire in the belly to experience life on a different level, not just scratching and clawing for the crumbs on the ground, but to easily move up to the banquet table of life and partake of whatever is pleasing? I think that's possible. I think we can be happier. I think we can have a more complete sense of self and the ability to put our talents and our skills out there in a way that serves us, in a way that moves us beyond just going after that almighty dollar and, well, I can't do what I really want to do because I have to work and I'm in a job that I hate, and on and on and on it goes. There's so much of that right now. So let's have a conversation about this. Let's explore some ideas of how this might come about. One thing that I know for me personally is that it's an inside out kind of adventure, that everything out there that looks so shiny and promising and wonderful is only the result of what we create inside ourselves. That going within and exploring the richness and the, to a large extent, uncharted territory of our own psyches and what makes us tick is one of the ways of manifesting the heaven on earth that you so richly deserve, first of all, and I think you probably desire, just as I do. So let's chat about that. Let's work through the various ideas around what's getting in the way, what's stopping me from first of all, even entertaining the idea of heaven on earth. I suspect most people don't spend a whole lot of time thinking about that. So, but you can spend that time with me here, listening every week to more and more ideas about that, to see where that might go. And then maybe you want to start jotting some things down. So What would heaven on earth be like to you? What is it that is going to fill your heart's desire and help you move from wherever you are to wherever you'd love to be? Dreaming is a vital part of life. I know for lots of years I forgot to dream. I forgot to think about what I even wanted because it felt so unattainable. It felt as if, well, I'm never going to have that. And I wasn't sure I deserved it either. And so I quit dreaming. I quit envisioning a life that would be better for me, a life that would fill my soul and my heart and my every waking moment. I believe it's possible. So let's talk about that. And of course, if you want an actual conversation, a deeper conversation with others who are wanting to change their lives and make change in the world and create their own heaven on earth, then you may want to join us at the Magnificence Lab. So this is a new community that I'm co-creating with Chris Angel to look at the magnificence of each of us and how we might create heaven on earth. So that's how we're going to work with things on an online basis where we can collect people from all over the world to weigh in on the conversation. So we're just in the process of creating that community. If you'd like to learn more, just visit the website magnificencelab.org/invite. You can watch a little video with Chris and I talking about what the community is all about. In the meantime, let's work forward on the conversation about what is heaven on earth. So what is heaven on earth to you? Next week, I'll share a little bit more about what it is to me, and we'll talk further. Take good care, my magnificent ones. We'll see you next time.